Good morning, friends. It's another Thursday morning. It is the 15th of February 2024 if you are watching the replay. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, going live every Thursday morning for some card making. Now, today I'm playing with the Jungle Pals. I wasn't actually going to get this for myself, but I did end up getting it, and I'm going to have a little play. I've seen so many cute cards with it and not cutesy cards as well, some really cool cards, which I sort of thought it was a bit of a kiddie stamp set, but it's not. It's actually, I've seen some really cool cards with it, so we're going to play with it. It will be on the cutesy side, but that's okay. I apologize, I am still sniffly. It just won't go away, so that's nearly 2 weeks now, so it's really annoying. And today is going to be a little bit of a let's see how it goes. I've got the layout in my head. I've actually done this layout 2 times before with other cutesy critters, and I thought, well, we'll just add to the list of cutesy critters, same themes and all that type of thing, although this one will be a little bit different. So welcome to everyone who is coming in. Jump in. I'm actually live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so jump in, say hello. Is it still Valentine's Day in the States? It's after Valentine's, not that Aussies aren't that big on Valentine's Day. The US take their Valentine's Day to the top and over. I think in Australia it's more of a romantic Valentine's Day, and in the US I'm learning that they just give to everybody. Treats, sweets, cards, everything. Everybody gets them, but over here it's more of a still a romantic gesture, not an everybody. Good morning, Deb, Joy, Veronica, welcome. So if somebody's watching from YouTube, do you want to jump in and say hello, just so I know that they are working as well? Okay, let's swing round and have a little look. I will just switch my camera view. There we go. So we're going to play with the Jungle Pals, which is a SaleaBration, and can you believe there is only 2 weeks left of SaleaBration? That has just flown by. So if you are wanting the mat, hi Jill, if you are wanting the mat, you've only got 2 weeks left to get it. So demonstrators will possibly have the chance to order it again after SaleaBration, but I don't think it's going to make it into a catalogue. That's what's being said at the moment. So if you want it, you must join Stampin' Up! In order to get it, and it's free. Cost me $106. You can get it for free. If you've already got a mat, you can choose extra products in your kit instead, so it's still a good deal. Hi Roberta and Lynn, welcome. Good. I know YouTube is working. So anyway, I digress. Back to Stampin' Up's SaleaBration. So this is a level 1 item, just the stamp set, and then we have matching dies, which are pretty full on. And this is a level 2 stamp set. So, and the dies, there's a fair few of them. So we've got all sorts of, the dies will cut out each of the individual critters. And then we've got, the tree, the leaves, the grasses, there's a flower, some vine. We've got to have our sloth hanging off of something, don't we? So good morning, Fiona. So that is a level 1 and that is a level 2. And I'm just going to say, because there's also more level 2 items out, this is also a level 2. I snapped this one up for myself. Is that sort of giving away how much money I spend? So anyway, I grabbed this one for myself as well. That was a level 2. So these are the core color collection in the Stampin' Right markers, if you don't have them yet either. Good morning, Chris, and good morning, Donna. Welcome. Okay, now I know that I'm going to use the toucan today. I'm not going to use any of the other critters, and we're just going to spend a little bit of time coloring him. And I know that it is a cutesy image. I'm trying to get my words out. A cutesy image, but we're going to try and put a little bit of realism into him, just because that's what I like to do these days. So I need to get my memento and stamp him up. So I think this is thick. It feels thick. I think it's thick. I'm terrible. I just got a big pile of white cardstock beside me on the floor, and I just grab. So I'm pretty sure it's thick. Okay, so let's, I'm getting ink on myself. So let's stamp him. There we go. We're going to stamp him in black. Messy, 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 messy. And what else was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I can't remember. And he's only small. I sort of wish, I wish he was bigger. I'd really like a bigger one of these. A bigger toucan. Now, there's lots and lots of different toucans as well. I've been looking at images of them because I wanted to get some colors right. And there is a lot of different types of toucans. So I have pulled, good morning, Margaret and Anne. I have pulled a couple of photos, and I got these from Pixabay, so that they were, Pixabay, is that what it is? Anyway, they are free. So I've pulled a couple of images up. So I've got this guy here. So I just, because I wanted to do this one with the orange and the black and a bit of red. It's got a bit of yellow in there as well. So I know it's only going to be a really small area, so I'm probably going to struggle to get all those colors in, but that's where our pencils will come into play. So I've got a picture of him, and then I've got a picture of his beak nice and close. So do you see why we need a bigger stamp of the toucan so we can get those colors in? We've got those, and I noticed that this is on quite a few images as well. He's got almost like those fire lines going up his beak, which I think that's really cool. So anyway, so I've pulled a couple of them out so that we can get some colors happening. Now I'm going to recommend that if you are on if you are watching on YouTube, you can zoom in to see all my colors, all my coloring. So if you want to race over to YouTube instead of Facebook to zoom in, you are more than welcome to. Now I've got my black. Hang on, I need to get my other black. I've got it set aside for another project. Where is it? There's my black. So I've got my black, and I'm thinking I'm going to need a yellow. Let's go back to this picture. Let's go back to him. So I'm going to need a yellow. Definitely going to need a blue. Check out his eye. So I think, what blue will I use? Asia Afternoon might be pretty cool. I'll go for the light one, just so that it doesn't get swallowed up. And I think I need an orange as well. And I'll do the other bits in pencil, I think. I think I will do the other bits in pencil. Do I need an orange? I definitely do, because that is quite dark on the bottom. All right. So I've got my colors. Let's get rid of him now. So I've come back to me. Let's do a little bit of color swatching. I need some scraps. There we go. I've got plenty of scraps. Oh, I could have done it on there, but I won't. Okay, come back to my comments so I can see everyone. So the main thing that I want to check out is, is to make sure that the orange and the yellows are going to blend in together. So I am going to, this is dark pumpkin pie, and then I've got, what's this, Daffodil Delight. Okay, and then I've got, and I have changed the nibs on both of those, and then I've got the light Daffodil Delight as well. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a harsh line going on in there, but I think because of the way that I'm going to be colouring out, I'm thinking that it's not going to be too bad. But I don't want to bring in a fourth colour because the image is that small that a fourth colour is, is just going to be really, really hard to play with. So let's get started on these, and we'll do his beak first. And I will come in. Let's go back. He had, I'm going to do the top in a different colour. I'll do that in pencil. But I know that I can start down on the bottom of his bill. So I'm going to bring in my line so that I don't go out of my line, and then flick up, and I only need to do a little bit because it's only small, so I only need to keep my flicks really short. Okay, so I'll bring that up. Okay, so keep them really short, and then I'll come in with my, and I have changed, like I did, I changed the nibs on these two. These two have now got, these two nibs are Ohuhu nibs on them now. Okay, so over the top of what I've done and extend up. And I'm also going to go over the top of the orange on the bottom because that will change color as well. Okay, and then finally pull in. So I might use my bullet tip for this one. Just going to pull in and go over the top. And I'll bring that up. And that will just, see, it's like when you do it differently, there is a bit of a line, but it's not too severe. And we're going to add some pencil detail in there anyway, so that'll be fine. Now, come back to my picture so I can see he's got a bit of black around the tip of his beak, and he's also got a bit of black around the head part of his beak. So we'll pop that in. Oops, pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay, so I'm going to use my black, and I might just do this whole area. I know that it is a little bit different. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not do all of that because I do want to put some red on there. So I'm just going to do a little bit, and I'll do the line around his beak. So I'll bring that up and show you. Whoop, there we go, focus. So I'm going to leave a little bit of white on there just so that I can come back in and fill that in with pencil. And then just the light. Okay. So there we go. So I've just left a tiny little bit of white so that I can fill in and come in with that pencil because, you know, it's not exactly the way that is. Okay, so I think I need some orange, the orangey color. So I might do a little bit of, the pumpkin pie, and then I'm going to put the yellow over the top to dull it down. Okay. So, hey, Susie. So I'm going to go around his eye. And then, like I said, I'm going to come in with my yellow, and that will tone that down and not be so yellow. I can just extend that out a little bit so that it fuzzes and fades out. So I'll bring that up. So you can see how that orange isn't so orange anymore. It's more of a yellow orange. Okay, so very cool. And then now the rest of his is sort of almost like a creamy color, which we don't have. But I'm going to cheat because I have a Copic, and this is an E50, and it should be quite a very pale yellow. So I am cheating. This is the only, you know, some things I wish Stampin' Up did have, and that was the super, super light colors. And then I can blend that in. Okay, so I don't have many Copics. I've just got a couple of super light ones that I needed for when I'm doing my personal coloring in classes. Okay, so let's go back to the black. Actually, let's do an eyeball, because we know that that has got a bright blue ring around it. Bright blue ring. And black. So we need black for his body now. Okay. I don't think there's a lot of difference between the dark black and the light black, but I'll do them anyway. Now my thing has come apart. Does this happen to other people? It's not just you, it's everybody. So, and that's, I don't think it's cracked because I've still got quite a bit of ink in there, but I know that that one's an issue, so I've learnt to take it off carefully. Sometimes I hear it really click back on and I think, oh, it's going to stay, but it doesn't. So it happens. You're not the only ones. I don't know whether I've broken the glue in it trying to get it off one time or not, but it hasn't dried out my marker at all, so that's okay. Hey, Vicky. All right, let's just color him in. So even though he's a cutesy image, we can put, you know, little bits of realism into it to try and make him look a little bit more realistic than perhaps he would. Hey, Holly. So there we go. Okay, that's the blends part done. Don't know what color his mouth is. I don't think I got a picture of him with an open beak, so I don't know what color his tongue is. Maybe I don't know. It could be dark. It could be, I don't think it would be red. It could be a dark color. Don't animals have, some have got really weird, yucky colored tongues. Giraffes have got a horrible purpley black colored tongue. All right, what colors do I need in my pencils? I need a red. I need a reddy color. Let's go for crimson red. Let's just pick this one out. Okay. The ivory blends in the basics collection, I think they would be too dark. So let me compare. So there's the, I'll bring this up. So there's the Copic one. That one, there's the Copic one, and then that's the ivory. So I guess you could put down a layer of, you could try this. Let me see. You could try, let's see, I'll do it alongside. If you put down some color lifter and then you put down, I wonder if that will. Sometimes it eats into it and you get a little bit of a different texture. So I'll bring that up. So that's with the color lifter over the top. So it hasn't really lifted it that much. So it's just one thing. I actually wish that our Stampin' Up! Colors had not 3 colors, but almost 4 colors, like a really pale and then coming up to the normal color. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so I've got my crimson now, and I'm going to take it from that red, and we're going to do that line of red across the top, and it's only fine and it is pretty harsh. So I will do that completely. Let's have a look at his beak again. Have a look at that. So we've got the red line going up the top, and then we're going to put a little bit, hang on, I need to switch this off. So I was going to follow it from the pictures, but if I do that, you can't see me. So we're going to do some little fiery flames going up. Okay, so we know that the bottom half of his beak is a little bit redder than the top. So I will put that on, and then I will go, and I'm only going really, really, really lightly as well. Okay, and then we'll do some little, I'm not going to draw flames because I can't, but we'll just pop some. And this is probably overkill for a cutesy image, but you know, I just wanted to do a little bit more out of the norm just to show you different things. So I've just got little stripies. Let's see if I can angle that. So I've just got little stripies going up the side of his beak. Okay, and then I will grab a white I've got out. Because if we go back and we have a look at this one, we can see how there's a little bit of light reflecting on his wings. We can sort of try and get that type of image. Whoops, wait a minute, I'm going to remove him. So we can just try and add a little bit of, I mean, it is cutesy, so you know what, let's just do cutesy highlights. So, and you probably can't see, but I will bring this up to the screen. So I'm just putting, see how I've just got some little cutesy highlights there, and I'll just pop some, I might just pop some on the top of his head as well, and I may just put a little bit on the top of that red because it'll actually should sit on top and act as a bit of a highlight. You can actually put it just on the other side of the red as well. And then just really, really pale. I don't want to add like bold highlights. I'm just doing real subtle ones on his tail. So there we go. How fun. He's cute. He's cute. Okay, I think I'm done with my colouring. So, you know, I probably spend a little bit too much time on colouring, but I do enjoy it. And we can still colour small images and make them look, you know, half reasonable. We don't, I mean, yes, you can just slap your colours on and make him really bold and bright, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to put a little bit more into it. Depends on how I'm feeling, I think. Just felt like colouring this morning. Okay, so let's die cut him. Oops. And hopefully the rest of my card will come together pretty quick, I hope. Although I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting, a little bit of ink blending. So if you are wanting, thank you, Susie. I'm trying to put a little bit more realism into things, and you know, and just because he is a cute image doesn't mean that we can't be true to what he is. So I mean, there are other toucans out there who have got more colourful beaks and more colour in their bodies. So go out and have a look, and you know, you can try and emulate what's going on, so you can pick out the colours. So there we go. He's a cutie, and thankfully he die cut nicely for me. There's nothing worse than having it die cut not right. Oh gosh, there's a lot of dies on that pack. All right, so what else am I going to need? So I've got some I need to cut this down. Oh, I've got stuff everywhere. I've got some what's that, crumb cake, and I thought I might do the tree. I can get that off. How much do I need? Don't want to skimp on the. So I thought I might do the tree in crumb cake, and then do a little bit of ink blending on it in a slightly different color. Now I do think I'm just going to do it there because I'm actually going to cut part of it off. So if you have seen, you probably don't remember, I actually had to go look it up. I've done this particular card with the rhinoceros that we had a while back, and I have done this card with the adorable owls that we had was that last year? The adorable owls. Was that last year or the year before? I've done the same card in this one, so I thought, let's continue. And all right, so I'm going to have to trim that down as well. Let's continue and do other critters with the same. Then I can put them all together and go, hey, check this out. Okay, so I have some everyone's favorite color, garden green, and I also have some old olive. So, and I know garden green's everybody's favorite color, isn't it? Fess up. We all love garden green. Don't anybody say otherwise. Hey, Deborah, don't anybody say otherwise. Okay, we've got several leaves going on here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different leaves. We've got 2 different flowers. I'm not going to do a flower. I'm just going to stick to leaves. I don't know how many I'm going to require because I haven't thought in my head that far. So, but we can have these coming off. Maybe I'll do a couple of these ones as well. We can have these guys. Oh man, bust your fingernail trying to get them off sometimes. I'll do these because I really do. Oh, there's five leaves because I really don't know how these are going to lay out. So we'll just do a few. No, nobody is allowed to say that garden green is not their favorite. Nope, 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 nope. Garden green is everybody's favorite green, and everybody needs to use it more. I don't know why people are offended by you, or not offended. I don't know why you're not loved. I love you. All right, just being silly now. All right, we've got some leaves. Now I'm not going to need too many of them. Let me just sit you up here and see what I'm going to need. Possibly. I don't want to use too many. I don't think I'm going to need too many. Don't know whether I actually want to use. I'll have to use garden green. Now that I've poured all this love on him, I need to use him. But I'll just use a little bit. Don't mind me just hacking into things. Leslie says, yeah, garden green. Don't think of it. Oh my gosh, I have to highlight that. I can't even speak those words. I'll just let you guys read it. I can't speak it. Nope. Hey, Patricia. That's just, nope. Oh, I don't know. Poor garden green. Poor I can't get my leaf out now. You've upset garden green. But you got to admit, it looks good up there. All right, I need a pokey tool. It's my pokey tool. All right. You've upset him. He's hiding. He doesn't want to come out. Right, okay. Have I done with my die cutting? I do believe I have. I think I've got enough leaves. Because it's not going on a full card front. I honestly, if you have not looked up this stamp set, you need to go and look it up for awesome ideas. And it's almost, I don't have the fern, is the fern embossing folder, is that even still current? I don't have it, so I wouldn't know. But I'm thinking that I've seen the fern with the backgrounds and so much leafy green and the sloth, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm actually thinking that if the fern is current, I should actually get it because it's pretty. Okay, I think we're going to do a base of Pool Party because these are the same colors that I'm using from my previous card as well. So we need a base of Pool Party. I have got a circle. I'm using the big guy because he was already cut out. I do have a small one as well, but I'm thinking I'm going to use the big one. Oh, I've got belly rumbles again. Why does that happen all the time? All the time. It's not like I don't eat a big bowl of porridge for breakfast either. All right, I am going to use, whoops. Now, if you want instructions for this card and all the supplies that I've used, you can head on over to my blog, which is here, alisatilsner.com. You will see the sign up form, the subscribe button, and go and subscribe, and this will head out next week. I've changed my newsletters to Tuesdays just so that it gives everyone a little bit more time to jump in if they want the instructions. There we go. So that gives you a little bit more time. You can head over. I've also put the address in the description, so you can head on over there as well. Whoops, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons again. Go away. Come back to there. All right. Deborah says, I was going to say, she'll be in South Australia, and then I read the rest of it for her dad's funeral at Lobethal. Oh, I'm so sorry, Deborah. I've been hearing about too many passings just recently. So, all right. Fern is current. Thank you. I might have to invest. And you know what? And then I'll probably never use this stamp set again. All right, so I'm just going to trim the edge off of that. Now I'm thinking I might put a little bit of pecan pie. I might have enough. Nope, I got the Zippo on my brush. I thought I might have enough in there. So I'm not sure which part of the image I want to use just yet. So we'll put some pecan pie. Perfect. Thank you, Vicky. So we're going to pop just a little bit over the top because I didn't want it to be, I just wanted it to be like blotchy. I didn't want it to be, you know, all one color, one solid color. I just wanted a bit of blotchiness on there. So here we go, and I think I'm going to put it like that-ish, I reckon. All right, so we didn't need a whole lot of that. So I just wanted to warm that piece up. I wanted to keep it fairly light because I don't want the tree to be taking the place of everything else that's going on, if you know what I mean. The tree needs to sort of remain a little bit on the subtle side. Okay, now I'm going to grab these old olive ones and look, he's even the old style. Can't believe that. Can't believe that, Leslie. Goodness me. All right. And I'm going to pop a little bit. Have I got that the right way? Nope, I don't have it back to front. All right, I'm going to pop a little bit of garden green at the base. See, look how great they work together. Is that not, let me bring it up. Is that not cool? Like the color merging from one end to the other? I don't know. I'll get you using garden green. But you know what is really, really sad? There is not a garden green blends, and I was wanting one the other day for doing leaves. I thought it would have been the perfect leaf color for what I wanted to be drawing, coloring, and we don't have one. That makes me most sad. All right, and this one I'll put a fair bit on. So have we got any Swifties in the house today? I must admit I'm not. I don't actually know a lot of her music. I know a couple of bits of her music. Anyway, my son has been he's been dragged over to Melbourne by his girlfriend to the Taylor Swift concert tomorrow night. They left. He drove over to Adelaide yesterday and then they flew this morning. So they are currently in Melbourne. No, I'm not into Taylor Swift. He's not into Taylor Swift. She's booked him his tickets and said, "You're coming." So I hope he still enjoys himself. I said he's never been to a concert before, so I hope he enjoys it. You know, my first concert that my husband took me to, okay, was the Doobie Brothers and Foreigner. So that was the first concert that I went to. And even though I didn't really know the Doobie Brothers and Foreigner, I knew a couple of their songs, but I still enjoyed myself. So I'm hoping that he still goes and enjoys himself. Okay, I need, what color now? I need some Pool Party to go on my thing here, my circle. It's not a thing. Good morning, Nicole. We're taking our time today. I feel really relaxed today and like I'm just like, well, just craft along. I think that's what colouring does to me at the start. You know, we just sort of get into that relaxed mode and now normally when I've done this, I've had something like sitting on the ground. Did I have green? No. Did I have green? No, yes, I did, because when I did the owl, he was sitting down. So I had green underneath him and I had blue on the top. But this guy is supposedly in a tree, so there's not going to be any grass down the bottom. So I'm going to have to, and normally I would just go across the whole thing. But I'm thinking I'm just going to do the middle. I'm thinking. All right, and it's going to mess up in the middle when I put my brush down, because that's just what happens. But we will try and go gently, apply really gently, and then as you get that motion happening, you can go for it and press really hard. Oh, that's what I do anyway. So that way you don't end up with, you know how sometimes you end up with those, they're almost like little scratch marks in there that you can't get out because the brush has been dodgy. All right, so again, place it on, go really light, and then now I'm pressing really firmly. So no pressure to start with, and then lay it on. All right, see what that's going to look like. See if I want a little bit more. Yeah, I think I want a little bit more. Oh, okay. Thank you, Donna. She's going to go pick her car up. It's in the shop, getting serviced. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Big condolences to Deb. All right. I think that is where I want to leave that. I think that is definitely where I want to leave it. Okay. Righty. Righty. Oh, look at me. I'm even cleaning up as I go. How amazing. Putting my ink pads away instead of just leaving them piled up. Squeak, squeak, squeak. All right, dry. Thank you. Okie dokie. Now, what do I need to do? I need to work out where I want these to be stuck down. There you go. They do look good, you have to admit. They do look good. All right, so I'm going to stick this down probably like that. And adhesive. So I'm going to use a mixture because we all know how much I love Tombow. Come on. I'm not loving Seal at the moment either. There we go. Thank you. So, and then I'm going to just use, hopefully it's not going to, thank you, Maurice. Oh, there's a flying bug in my room. Oh, the other day I tried to use this and it was, see, and now it's gone stupid on me. It was hot and it was oozing out as soon as I took the lid off. And of course, because it's oozed out everywhere, that little bit of glue was sitting on top of it. See, now my fingers are all sticky. Oh, thank goodness for that damp chamois over there. All right, so very, very light dots. All right. Very light dots. All right, so let's pop this on the side there. Okay, and I'm just going to put my block over that just to let it sit for a minute, and I'm going to stick my Designer Series paper down. Now, this is from the Rock and Roll pack, and it's been handy because every time I've made this card, there's always been a pack of black and white paper and there's been texture on it and they've worked perfectly. So I'm very happy about that. Am I lined up? Yep. Okay, now I also want a strip. Now, this will freak you out. Do I want a strip of that, or do I want a strip of that? I might wait until this guy over here is finished, and then I'll work out what strip I want to use, because I want to put the leaves on there as well. Okay, skizzers. Oops, did I just put this again? Oh no, look what I've done. I forgot to put the lid back on. Which one are my good scissors? I think it's these ones. Yikes. All right. Oh, I can't believe I did that. All right, so let's just trim. You know what, when I go to cut the ribbon, a piece of ribbon next time, I will definitely know which one is my good scissors and which ones aren't. Okay, we're going to pop you on. I'm going to pop you on. You're going to sit on there. And then we're going to pop these around. Something like that. I know that big one's, he's not really supposed to be in there, but I don't care. He's going in there. All right, so I'm gonna have something like that. So now, do I have everyone's favorite garden green, or do I put that one underneath? It's tricky. It's tricky, I'm telling you. I'm going to have my sentiment embossed on black. I know that much. So I'm thinking maybe, ooh, both. Ooh, Kathleen says garden green. Joy says both. Susie says the light. Veronica says olive, which is what I'm thinking as well. Susie, the olive is the olive one. That's what I'm sort of leaning towards as well, because I'm going to put black on there as well for the sentiment. So I'm thinking maybe the olive. Could do both. I could do little slivers. It's only going to be a little piece, mind you. It's only going to be a tiny little piece. It's not going to be anything major. So let us be having a look. Right. Do I want 1/2 inch or do I want 1/4 inch? See, it's only going to be a little bit. It's only going to be a little strip. I could do. Hello, Denise. Ah, cute already. Thank you. What do you reckon? I'm reckoning. Why have I got dirty spots? Dirty spots on the cover. All right. I'm thinking. I'm thinking that both. It's so hard to make up your mind sometimes. All right, so I will pop you on there, but you know what that means. It means I have to use that bloody Tombow again. Oh, bring it in. All right, And I got to stick my leaves on as well. So I'm just going to pop you just there, hanging off the edge, just like that. All right, let's get these stuck on. So I think I'm just going to stick them flat. I want them up a little bit too. So look at that, I can use my seal. And I might do a couple of them with these. So I, like I said, I have seen cards that have been like full on lots of ink blending to get the leaves, you know, in these beautiful colors. You could do the watercolor background, like, oh, I was playing around. I don't know whether you saw my post. I was playing around with the watercolor technique on the back of this, and that was just like, mind you, I tapped the entire ink pad on the mat, and there was just way too much ink. I was sopping it up. But you could die cut all your leaves from like really cool blotchy watercolor background, and that was just done on a basic white. Normally I would do that type of thing on shimmer, but you guys know what happened to shimmer. Okay, and we're going to pop him up. Oh, I know. No, I know. It's okay. It's okay. I was going to do my sentiment first, but I'll do my sentiment after. It's okay. Because I think I'm going to have to use a smaller sentiment than what I thought. Okay, I do love him. I'm really happy with the way he turned out. Ta-da! Okay, and then I'm going to pop him on. So I'm going to mount him on there as well, that circle. Oops. And then I'm going to pull out my happy birthday. Ah, doesn't that look cool? Love it. So you can do these guys full on, or you can simplify them. They don't have to be as full on as everyone else is doing. All right, he is looking cool. He's looking cool. All right, so you guys know my favorite, happy birthday. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit too big. Yep, he's going to be too big. I don't want to cover up. He's only little, and we did spend 15 minutes coloring him in, so I don't want to cover him up. But there is a nice little happy birthday in the something fancy, and I'm thinking that is probably, yep, that is probably going to fit so much nicer. Okay, what do I need? I need my white, and I need my Versamark, and I need my paper. Getting there. Okay, it's taken a little while to make, and maybe it's because I'm just in a bit more of a relaxed state that I've just been fluffing around. All right, happy birthday. Don't rock and roll, she says, as she's rocking and rolling. Yeah, I think I may have, I'm going to ink that again because I think I may have pressed down way too hard. Being only a small sentiment, so you know how sometimes you press down too hard, and that's better, I think. And it spreads, and you get a really thick stamped image. Must learn to not press down too hard. Yeah, and when I emboss this, you'll be able to see what I mean. But you guys have probably experienced that yourselves. So I will have to bring out my other 2 cards and make, because obviously I've given them all away because it's been like a year or 2 in between each time I've made this. So I'm going to have to get pictures of them so I can put them all together. I'd be thinking I should have used the pillow. Should have used the pillow. Thanks, Kathleen. I might have to come into the Blends and Beyond group and colour him again, but do it close up, like zoomed in instead of holding him up to the screen. I'll do that one too. So you can see where the bottom one I stamped first, and I said, oops, I think I've stamped it. I pushed down too hard, and you can see that the rubber almost spreads and makes the sentiment a little bit faster than what it should be. So, okay, let's do a nice thin trim. Ooh, I have not thought, why is it I always not think about bling? What bling am I going to do? It's always the same. Oops, I think that slipped. No, I thought he was crooked, but it's okay. He might be a little bit crooked. Oops, I don't know where that went. Probably on the floor. Okay, happy birthday. I don't use black very often either, so okay. Now I don't want to put the happy birthday on him, so I'm just going to hang it and make it flush with the edge of the card, and then it'll fit. So I'm going to put, and these dimensionals might be too big. Oh, you know what? I always forget. Black ones. I always forget. And then if it does hang off that little bit, it's okay. All right, so I'm going to put 2 fairly close together. And then I'm going to use my seal. And I always forget the black ones. Black card, black embellish, black dimensionals. All right, so let's pop that roughly there. Happy birthday. All right, I need some bling. Just subtle bling, I think. Actually, maybe I'm not going to do, you know what? I don't think that I will actually put any bling on there as such. Let's instead paint the leaves in Wink of Stella. I'll paint the leaves in Wink of Stella. I don't know. I've never put pencil, like these types of pencils, Wink of Stella over. I'm going to do his bill as well. All right, so we'll see. Hopefully I don't mess up my pencil. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I didn't do his tongue. We don't know what colour his tongue is, do we? But I don't want it to stand out, so maybe I'll just grab that. Maybe I'll just grab that light marker again, and just to fill that in. Just so it's not as dark as, there we go. Okay, I think there we go. So we've got a little bit of sparkle on his bill, his beak, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's called a bill or a beak. Ducks have a bill. Oh, I've got fluff on there. So there we go. I don't think I'm going to put anything else on there. I've got daggies on the side there too. I might have to trim that off. There we go. Fluffies. Okay, so there we have it. Yes, I'm going to have to pull all three of them out together and put them side by side, because pretty much I do the same thing each time, just with a different cutesy character. And but he's turned out pretty cool. Quite like him. Quite like him. Very good. Okay, so that is it. So just remember, if you want the instructions and all the supplies and everything that I've used, make sure you're on my newsletter list. And yes, only 2 weeks left for SaleaBration. That has just flown by. Like it was only yesterday that it started in January, and now we're in the middle of February. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so that is it. I've got big creative carnival this weekend, and then after that, which Lynn says, sorry, I missed that. Which DSP did I use? That was from the Rock and Roll, the one with the guitars on it. That one was from that, which suits it quite well, you know, for other backgroundy things as well. I think it's pretty cool. Kathleen's right in the middle of winter. Well, you know what? We have not been, we've got some warmer weather coming up, but it hasn't been overly warm. Hey, can you see that graphic on the screen? Did you see that? I wonder if it's going to do it again. I don't know. There was a funny thumbs up that came on the screen. I don't know whether that was me who triggered it or something else. I don't know. Didn't do it again. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to have to watch the replay and see whether it came up or whether it was just me it came up for. That was weird. Okay, yeah, now I've gotten sidetracked. So I will be back next week. I am, you saw it? Yeah, it was in a bubble. How weird. So very, very strange. And I've noticed in Zoom, I did a double thumbs up or something, and and I was going to say all these fireworks came behind me. Did you guys see that? That is really weird. I'm going to have to. Oh, that's going to make me. Oh my gosh, I could play around with that for hours. Anyway, I'm trying to say that my big workload is coming to an end at the end of this weekend. So I might get to go live twice next week. I've got, what's doing that? I don't know what's triggering it. I'm going to go live next week as well, and I've got one of the new kits in the birthday kit, which is full of gold and everything. I haven't opened it, so I want to show you guys that, and I want to also do Facebook are seeing it as well, so I don't know, and I saw it in Zoom as well, so maybe it's an iPad thing, an Apple thing, I don't know, but anyway, it's funny. I keep losing my train of thought. Anyway, so I'm hoping to come live more often now that this workload has finished as well. So, no, it's crazy. And I'm messaging you. I wonder if it's an Apple thing. Oh, dear. Anyway, it's all fun and games. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go. I wonder what other ones. I'm going to have to go on Google and find out what other words or signals or something trigger it. So that's funny. Anyway, I am going to go now. And I will catch you all. Maybe if I go live on Monday, I will let everybody know. I'll put an event thing up like I normally do. I'll schedule it in. So excellent. Okay, take care. Have a great weekend. If you are coming to Creative Carnival, I will see you tomorrow night for our kickoff, and then all day Saturday for crafting. Yay! I'm not going to do the. I'm going to be quick. I think you have to hold them there for a little bit. There you go. You have to hold them there so it catches you. Anyway, I'm going now. I will see you later. Take care. Screenshot it. Yeah, I will. I'll have to do something. It's funny. It's too funny. Okay. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week. See you later.